my shares have almost quadrupled.
Get the market share off your...
But would have ended up with around $35,000 in his
pocket.
Hey Wall Street Wolves, Dan here. Want some easy-peasy money with some fantabulous stocks? Well, suppose you're to travel around the world, or go to a fancy restaurant, or even have your shirt ordered online. If you did, chances are you already uploaded it to your social site like the basic broke millennial you are. But did you ever wonder how each one of your actions is fattening the pockets of the big tech companies? Don't Google it though. What are you, a peasant who puts money in a savings account? I got you covered. The following content is for educational purposes only. Please make sure to carry your own independent research before making any investment decision. While we try to provide the best possible information, the stock market is always unpredictable, and even the best investors don't make the correct decisions 100% of the time. What is FAANG? To get a grip on the idea, let me introduce you to the 5 guys who are running the giant tech market today. Facebook is like a family guy, you know? He goes to work from 9 to 5 to show he deserves his 2 billion plus active users, as well as trying to ban everything that resembles a boob. Instagram? What is this? It's just a picture from the beach. Just a picture from the... Is this a crutch? But it's completely inoffensive. Oh yeah? Then why don't you explain the advertisers it's inoffensive to be a complete slut? He's also mildly frustrated as he realizes his users are getting older without him reaching his full potential. But just like any other father, he tries to live his dream through his children. His good children. This is an important point though, as both Messenger and WhatsApp have not been properly monetized yet, so there's still room for growth for Facebook. In this chart over here, we can see the growth trend more clearly. This dip here, I can't talk about in YouTube for reasons. This one here was the 2018-2019 market correction, and this one here was when Facebook went a bit too far with its data collection.
I know that we don't exactly have the strongest reputation on privacy right now, to put it lightly.
Anyway, privacy practice violations aside, Facebook has been rising in value over the past year and is expected to grow a juicy 60% in the next 3 years. Also, my shares have almost quadrupled since the start of 2015. That's about a 27% yearly return on investment. Who cares about privacy when you're swimming in cash? Wait, someone's here. It's a wild Amazon. He's the hustler of them all, beginning humbly as a bookseller to later becoming one of the largest, thicker, and juicier retailers and service providers in the entire world. He is also one of the big winners in the current situation, as the virus destroyed all physical retail.
Alright everyone, time to leave.
You listen the virus to me. Let's go.
Ah, what a nice group of people. Anyway, let's go kill him.
Also, there was more people staying at home that could be potential users for Amazon services. I, for example, had a chat with a colleague the other day. Hey dude, don't you hate not being able to go out? And I was like, no, not really. He said, for real? You don't miss it at all? And I was like, no. I never went out anyway since I have a wife. And since he's on a happy long-term relationship, he just kind of stared at me thinking, dude. Well, no, that's true. In this pie chart here, we can see that although most of its sales come from online retail, the majority of its profits come from his Amazon Web Services that actually subsidizes his online retail business to lower prices and slowly drag competition into bankruptcy. This is like the ultimate poor guy's fantasy, like working very hard, reinvesting everything with the only hope to see the faces of envy of your childhood bullies. That and also beating them to unconsciousness with your money. Anyway, now that he's successful, his shares multiplied more than 5 times in value since 2015 and is expected to grow at 29% in the next 3 years. I can only imagine how stupid the people who didn't believe in him must feel right now. But as the wise say, patience is always fruitful. I love it when it's fresh. Hand me the apple basket. Oh, Apple! Didn't see you there. Apple is the oldest one in the group. I can tell you the tale of the good old days. No, Grandpa, we're good. So listen, you little no-good human. I am the earliest computer manufacturer, but now I am the biggest smartphone manufacturer in the world. 23% or so of my sales come from the services I provide, and 77% comes from my product sales. Most of them being iPhone sales, so you watching this video on your iPhone, you get to thank me, you little... Okay, Grandpa, that's enough. He's technically correct, but due to the current situation, we can suppose people don't have the property to buy $1,000+ phones, making the immediate situation for Apple a little grim. Well, not that grim. Apple is a strong company that surprised everyone several times before, as it quintupled its value in the last 5 years. Besides, the Apple ecosystem will keep its users practically in captivity. And that, combined with expected recovery of the economy, will result in an estimated growth of 18.5% by 2022. I'm alive. Also, give this video a thumbs up, or I swear under my mother's grave I will... Oh, hello Apple. Wanna chill? Hello? Hello? Never mind, I guess. Hey Netflix. Right on time. Netflix is like that perfect kid in high school. Yeah, that kid. Hardworking, overachiever. I hate him already. Happy that not seeing the sunlight for months on end is now socially acceptable, and with a bright future ahead of him. Until he goes out to the real world and gets lost in the crowd of competitors. Where's your 4.0 GPA now, huh, smart boy? I despise you. All jokes aside, this streaming service market is getting some serious competition, and many of them are retiring their content from Netflix to get it in their own platforms, forcing Netflix to make a ton of new content and raise its price to gain profitability. But who knows, if Netflix can maintain its market share and raise its prices, maybe it can continue on the track of growth it's been having and double its value by 2022. Wouldn't bet on it though. Lastly, we have Google. He's the cool big brother you never had. When you needed to stalk your partner, toxic, he was there. When you needed to make that hip quinoa recipe for your blog, he was there. And when you needed him for that essay you postponed until the last minute, he was there. He was there. Probably to sell your data, but you know, at least he was present. More present than my parents for sure. With an astonishing 90% plus of market share, he's the most popular search engine by far. His income is divided on an 83% from ads, 12% from app and content sales from Google Play and Nest, and the remaining 5% from his Google Cloud service. But he's not in this exclusive club because of this, but because of his father/other self, Alphabet. Look, I'm trying to make things simple for you, alright? This is how the family tree looks like. As you can see, 99% of Alphabet is Google, but there's also the other bets, either who is also a conglomerate of startups Alphabet bets on to later be moved to Google if they're successful. I imagine it going kinda like this. Push! Keep pushing! It's coming! Ah! Congratulations! It's an Android! Oh, thanks God! Well, can I see it? See it? No. Wait, what? You'll bring home a lot of money, aren't you, little one? Going to the numbers though. Google/Alphabet had an average 23% yearly growth since 2015. And since there's still market share to be stolen from traditional advertisement, it is predicted that Alphabet will keep on growing about 44% in the following 3 years. Get that market share off your ass before I blast you, motherfucker! Coming to the idea behind this video, now that we have simplified FAANG for you, let's hop into the main topic. How and why you should invest in them. Let's take Joe as an example. Joe here is our average broke dude that had no luck with his online investments for the past very many years. But that's because he had invested in stocks that had no future whatsoever. Let's grab the whole idea behind it. Since the share supply is about the same in the short term, the value of a given company depends mainly on the expectations of future cash flow, or intrinsic value. If the intrinsic value is greater than the current price, the demand for it will rise, making the price rise as well. The lesser the intrinsic value, the lower the price. Supply and demand, yo. For example, as the situation of the pandemic took over, our bud Joe had invested in stocks of workspace provider Rebus. But because the virus made remote work culture the norm, the intrinsic value of the company fell, dragging the price of the stock with it. Joe, my boy, you had it coming. So imagine instead Joe had invested $1,000 in each FAANG stock back in 2015. With the average of 700% return over those 5 years, Joe would not only not die poor and miserable, but would have ended up with around $35,000 in his pockets. What do you say, Joe? The financial experts say FAANG stocks are too inflated and a crash is inevitable? Well, you know what we say to them? We ask them to kindly cut the crap. These all economists and financial experts have been announcing again and again that the entire economy was going to become a shithole, and the only time they've been right lately was when a completely unpredictable virus turned the whole world upside down. So you know what? They might be overpriced, but there's no way they will stop growing long term. They keep on absorbing companies, and they're in every sense of the word monopolies. So I can bet my money that in the mid and long term, they will become even more valuable. So buying these stocks is a good strategy now and probably will be in the next 5 to 10 years. Except maybe Netflix.
Alright, tell me how to invest in them, you babbling fool.
Oh yeah, since each FAANG company is listed in the New York Stock Exchange or the Nasdaq, purchasing a FAANG stock is pretty straightforward. To begin with, open a brokerage account. You can easily open one with companies such as Stash, Webull, Fidelity, M1 Finance, Robinhood, among many others. I'll be leaving some links down below. And no, they're not sponsoring me. Yet. You can get exposure to them through many mutual funds and ETFs. In fact, most ETFs are just FAANG stocks with a bunch of trash attached to them with the excuse of diversification. Yes, I said it. Come at me. So my boy Joe and everyone watching this, if you have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more simplified finance videos like this one. Also, turn on the notifications to stay updated with future videos. Thank you for watching and good luck with your investments.